This
This demo
conference will
session,
now be recorded.
guys. So let me share my screen. Yeah, please someone confirm that my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for joining this session. So this session we will mainly discuss about the overall idea of the MuleSoft and so why we need to learn the MuleSoft and what is the the today trend for the MuleSoft in the real time. So let's get started. So first I will introduce myself. Okay. So myself Pratap Reddy. So I have total 7+ years of experience in IT. So I am designated like a MuleSoft technical lead, and my total experience in MuleSoft is 5+ years. And I did multiple certifications in the MuleSoft, like 3.x developer certification and 4.x developer certifications. So and also I'm planning to go for the integration architect certification in the next week. So mainly like as you know, so we have multiple versions available in the MuleSoft, that is 3.x and 4.x. So 3.x is something going to be end in this year, and so the mainly the projects are going right now or 4.x projects. Okay, so let's move on. So today's agenda. So in this session, like we will mainly discuss about the what is integration and what is Mule ESB and MuleSoft. So here I will explain what is the difference between Mule ESB and MuleSoft, and also like overview of topics covered in this course, and how easy to start working with the MuleSoft. So types of MuleSoft certifications and required softwares and configurations, and even prerequisites for the MuleSoft training, and the about real-time projects and current trend of the MuleSoft in market, and questions and answers. Okay, so any questions, guys? Okay, okay, let's move on. Okay, so what is integration? Okay, and guys, I will not explain it theoretically much, so my training will be something different. So I will keep in mind that if a developer, a MuleSoft developer, enters into the organization, so what are all the things he need to cover as part of the new onboard for the MuleSoft developer. So everything I will cover apart from the MuleSoft. Not only the MuleSoft, I will cover some tools, required tools for you guys. Okay, so let's move on. So what is integration? So as you know, okay, so as you know, the integration. So basically, the integration is something like connecting two or more systems. Okay, at the simplest level, integration is process of combining two or more things to create a whole. Okay, so here as you see in the diagram, so here are some systems, something like system A, system B, system C, system D, system E. So these systems are interconnected. Okay, so sir, why we need to connect these systems through this point to point? So if we want to achieve some functionality, so what we have to do is we have to talk to each other, and do some tasks or business works. Okay, so that is the purpose we are integrating the systems. Okay, so for business, that term integration often refers to software or system integration. The system means it can be a software, it can be application, it can be a system, so whatever it can be. Okay, so based on the system integration, so we can achieve some functionalities. Okay, and also so sir, we are using the term called integration, and you are telling that we are interconnecting all these systems. So why we need to interconnect all these systems? So the main agenda of connecting the systems are to share the data. Okay, so to mainly share the data, so we will connect the system. So the data sharing can be anything, one way or two ways, maybe from system A to system C, system A to system B, anything it can be. Okay, so that is the reason we will do the integration. So any questions, guys? Any questions related to integration? Okay, we'll move on. So now, so we know about the integration. So why we are doing the integration, that we know. So basically to exchange the data. Okay. So now, what is the MuleSoft and what is the use of MuleSoft in the integration? So basically, the MuleSoft is the runtime engine of Anypoint platform. So I will explain what is Anypoint platform. And basically, MuleSoft is a middleware platform. Okay, and middleware tool. So by using this middleware tool, we can connect or interact or integrate other systems together. Okay, as you see in the diagram, so the mules of in previous diagram, so all the systems are interconnecting from system to system. Okay, so here there are some drawbacks. So that is the reason the MuleSoft came into picture, and we are doing all the integrations through MuleSoft. So you see the MuleSoft logo is in between. So whatever interactions are happening, so among the systems, so those interactions are going through the MuleSoft. So I will explain, I mean, later on about the features and why we need to, integrate the systems using MuleSoft only. So later on we will discuss about that. But this is the agenda, like why we are using the MuleSoft in integration, right? So and also, so using the MuleSoft, so we can do two things. So maybe you guys heard about the API hosting, and also, I mean, something one API is hosting in the internet so that you can access that API, not API, so we can say the functionality. So and also like the integrations. Integrations means like we can integrate systems. Okay, so these two major high-level things we can achieve from the integration. But I will explain more in detail. So when we start actual the class. Okay. Okay. Any doubts, guys? Any questions? Okay. Let's move on. Okay, so required softwares and configurations. Okay, so what is MuleSoft basically? So what and all prerequisites required for the MuleSoft? So guys, so the prerequisites for the MuleSoft is nothing. Okay, so you just need these softwares. That is enough for you to start. Even though you are non-IT guy, or even though you don't know any programming language, that is absolutely fine. No worries at all, because the MuleSoft is integration platform, and using the MuleSoft you can connect to n number of systems. Okay, let's assume you know the Java or C. Okay, and maybe some system, SAP system, you know how to integrate, but you don't know many systems how to integrate. But still, we are going and doing that integrations. That means, so we don't need to learn anything. I mean, we don't need to know anything prerequisites for the MuleSoft development. So if you want to start any MuleSoft development project, so first you should have this software. Okay, so I will explain each and every, about the software and how we will use this. And even when you enter into the new organization, maybe so how to, maybe your team member or somebody, I mean your superior, tells that you configure these softwares, but you don't know how to configure these softwares. So I will explain you all these things. And once you got the office laptop, so what and all things you need to take care, and how to install the softwares, and where and all you need to ask the doubts your superiors, everything I will explain you. Okay, so that you will be good, and does well when you join your new project. Okay, any questions, guys? Maybe most of the people have the confusion, like if you want to learn the MuleSoft, so you should have some knowledge on Java, C, something something, blah blah blah, many things. Okay, so if you have any such kind of, I mean, assumptions or questions, please let me know. Any questions, guys? Okay, let's move on. Okay, so I will next, like I will explain you what and all, I mean, the topics we cover in this course. So these are the topics list, guys. So I mean, I listed very clearly, and each and every component what you use in the real time, not for the theoretical, for the real time. So I captured all those things here. Okay, so the different components in the MuleSoft, and about the MuleSoft, what is the integrations, and about the studio. Basically, the Anypoint Studio is something like where you do the development. Okay, so after installing the Anypoint Studio in your local PC. Okay, and the respective MuleSoft documentation and the Anypoint platform download link and guys, one more thing, like MuleSoft is I mean, we have multiple versions available in the MuleSoft, that is Enterprise Edition and free tail, guys. So MuleSoft is offering us both so that it is easy for us to learn. Okay, and even we can create a free trials in the Cloud Hub so that you can deploy your applications into the cloud and can be accessed from the anywhere, even though you are doing some sample projects. Okay, so I listed all the list of, I mean, the URLs from where you can download the softwares and installing. Even I will give you the installation guide, how to install and what and all steps you need to follow for all the softwares. Okay, right. So these are the main topics, guys, like running the Anypoint platform. I mean, the studio after installing, and the studio components I will explain, and flows. So basically, the MuleSoft is not the coding, I mean, the tool, guys. So here it is a drag and drop tool. Okay, everything can be drag and drop, not like writing any code and all. So you don't need to write any single piece of code in your real-time project. Everything will be drag and drop, and just you need to configure. To configure that, what and all things you need to know, that I will explain. Okay, and so I will explain how to create hello world project and different kinds of variables, how to debug the application. So when you, I mean, start your development in real time, so somebody, I mean, when you join your new project and somebody asks you to I mean, configure or import the existing application into the studio, and they will ask you to understand it. So how to debug that application, I will explain you. Okay, and also, like apart from MuleSoft, so I will explain you the REST and SOAP APIs. So basically, REST and SOAP is a web services, and so the web services can be implemented in any tool like C, C++, and Java. So .NET and so many tools. Even we can develop that REST and SOAP APIs in the MuleSoft. So I will explain the differences and what are the usage of REST and SOAP APIs, and even I will explain the in-depth concepts of REST and SOAP. Okay, and also apart from the MuleSoft and the APIs, I will explain you the Postman tools and SoapUI tool. Even I will explain you Git. So where we will check in our code. I mean, the store our code in the repositories in the real-time project. So that also I will explain you. Okay, so I will make sure that once you join in your new project, I will make sure you that, so all things you should know. Okay, so I will explain you all the related stuff, not like theoretical. So practically I will show you, and I will give you some samples also, so that you will get some confident, so when you join your new project. Okay, and also, like now the soap and rest services we will explain, and also like how to use those soap and rest services from the soap UI I will explain. And the multiples, like there are many topics, so I will explain all those things. And also, like nowadays, so if you join any project, so MuleSoft project, so the basically the integrations, most of the integrations will be Salesforce integrations, Salesforce and API integrations. Okay, so I will explain you complete about Salesforce integration. You no need to worry about that. Okay, so how a real-time guy does the integration, so the same way I will make you to do that. Okay, the required knowledge and stuff, everything I will share you. So apart from that, I will share you the online blogs also, where and all we need to check if anything stuck with the error. Okay, so if nobody is there around you and you want to solve some problem, so how to debug the things even in the real time, I mean, in the internet. So how to get the some required stuff from the internet, everything I will explain you, and I will give you all the blogs details. Okay, so the we covered API. We will cover the API integrations like SOAP and REST, and also we will cover Salesforce integration and database and SFTP, and most of the like HTTPS and HTTP. So we will cover all those things in our upcoming classes. Okay, so and also like there are many topics like required topics, so we will explain. And also like you guys might aware of microservices. Okay, if you not aware of that also, no problem. So nowadays I mean market is going in terms of microservices, so even how MuleSoft is supporting the microservices, that I will explain you guys. Okay, everything, not like theoretical, I will explain you in, with the practicals. Okay, so I will create each and I mean for each and every topic I will create application, and I will share, and I will make you guys do the same kind of application from your side as well. Okay, and also like the error handling part. So the error handling, something like we need to make sure that if any up and downs comes in your application or the program, so I will make sure that how to handle that errors, so with the code, so everything I will explain you guys. Okay, so any questions guys? And also like if you come up with any other topic, so sir, I need this integration, specific integration, so I will add that content here and I will explain you guys. Okay, so any questions guys? No questions? Okay, we'll move on. Right. So once we complete the complete course, then most of the people like waiting for the real-time projects. Okay. So you know the subject, you know, I mean, each and every topic, but you don't know how to work on the real-time project. What are the best practices you have to follow, so that you are not aware of. Okay. So that I will explain as part of the real-time projects. So I will share the real-time projects, almost like 10 to 15 projects. Okay, so and even I will explain the best practices and the code. Okay, so to you guys. Okay, you no need to worry about like how real-time projects looks like and what and all structure they follow. Okay, so everything I will explain. But I see like the most of the problem with the I mean the new members, like they have the subject. Okay, so they know like concepts and everything they will explain, but they don't know how what are the best practices they will follow in the real-time projects. So that is I can see the lag in new developers, but I will explain and I will cover everything as part of these 10 to 15 real-time projects. Even I will share that code with you guys, so that whenever you need some logics from the I mean the existing projects and the project structure, everything you can copy paste in later on words. Okay, once you join your new company. So any questions guys? Okay, we'll move on. Okay, so these are all prerequisites for the softwares. We have to configure the softwares. Okay, so we'll move on. Okay, so what are the certifications available in the MuleSoft? Okay, right. So nowadays, what is happening? Okay, so people are doing many certifications in the MuleSoft. Okay, and easy also, because MuleSoft is providing us very well documentation, so that you can go through the each and every topic and you can clear the exam. Okay, so basically the types of MuleSoft certifications, so I listed few. These are the main required certifications for the developers and architects. And also like if you want to do some specific domain level certifications also, we do have in MuleSoft. Okay, so as I mentioned, in this course, we will mainly concentrate on the Mule 4.x version, because nowadays all the projects are Mule 4.x projects. Okay, and we do have some Mule 3.x projects that are in right now in support in most of the companies, but that support is going to end mostly this year or next year. Okay, so that is the reason. So you no need to I mean spend your time on the Mule 3.x, which is going to expire. So but definitely I will explain the differences between Mule 3.x and 4.x versions. And but majorly our training will be on Mule 4.x. So right, so now you I mean got the training, and you know many things in Mule 4.x, then you can go for the MuleSoft certified developer certification, that is level 1 Mule for certification. Okay, so that is for the only Mule for developers. Okay, next, MuleSoft certified developer Mule for Delta. Delta means something it is for the Mule 3.x people as well as Mule 4.x people. Sir, I know Mule 3.x and I know Mule 4.x. Now I want to test my knowledge on Mule 3.x and 4.x with one certification. Then go for the MuleSoft Certified Developer Level 1 Mule for Delta. Okay, that is the one. Next, so MuleSoft Certified Developer API Design Associate. So as I mentioned in the earlier side, so we can do two things with the MuleSoft, that is API hosting and integrations. Now my focus is mainly on the API integration. Then if you want to test your knowledge and so that you can go for the MuleSoft Certified Developer API Design Associate, that is RAML 1.0. Okay, next, the MuleSoft Certified Platform Architect. This is for the architect. So basically, we have two architect certifications. One, the first one, platform certification, is basically for the person who is maintain the platform. Okay, so kind of a operations team. Okay, so here they will do and they will manage all the applications and they will take care of all the infrastructure. So that architect can go for the platform architect exam. Okay, next, MuleSoft Certified Integration Architect. The integration architect, the architect who is going to support or give the solutions for the application problems. Okay, so that the resource can go for the MuleSoft Certified Integration Architect. As you guys are new and you guys are new for the MuleSoft, so MuleSoft Certified Developer Certification is good to have. Okay, so any questions, guys? Okay, we'll move on. Okay, so about real-time projects, as I mentioned, so we'll explain and share around 10 real-time projects code so with you guys so that you will be aware of all the best practices and the real-time the logics also. And even configurations are more important, guys, because the MuleSoft is not coding a tool, so here we can do all the configurations so that you will be aware of by seeing all these 10 projects code. Okay. Right. So before we go to the question and answer, so I will explain you guys about the studio. Okay. So Anypoint Studio. So this is the tool. Okay. So where we do the development. It is very simple, guys. Don't think like it is a difficult one. Okay. Very simple. Okay. Let's assume if you want to create a new project. Okay, so when you install the studio, so it will look like this. And as I mentioned, the MuleSoft versions are two, that is 3.x and 4.x, right? So 3.x 3.x Mule APIs, MuleSoft supports the Anypoint Studio, Anypoint Studio version called 7.7.x version, sorry, 6.x version. Okay, Mule 4.x application supports Anypoint Studio 7.x. Okay, so these are the two versions of IDEs available in the MuleSoft. So 6.x version will be for the 3.x version, the 3.x Mule version, and the 7.x Anypoint Studio is for the 4.x MuleSoft. Okay, so here, so sir, how do we know that? So whether it is a 6.x Studio or 7.x Studio? So to identify that, what we need to do, we need to go here and check the help. In help, we can see any about Anypoint Studio. So this is 7.8.0. Okay, and this is like a very important interview question, guys. So when you go for the interview, so they will ask you what kind of, what version of Anypoint Studio you will use and what version of Mule runtime you will use. So you should tell like exact version, like whether it is 7.8 or 7.5, 7.6, even for the 4.x MuleSoft. So 4.2 you are using, 4.2.1 you are using, so that you should remember and you should answer in the interview panel. Okay, and also I will give you all the list of interview questions also. Okay, no worry about that. Okay, so let's move on and create one simple project, and I will explain you about the studio, what and all options available in the studio, what and all things we need to take care when we create new project. So very simple, guys. Create Mule project and just click on that. Okay, so just give the project, hello world, and finish it. So here Mule server is 4.3.0. That is the Mule's version you are using. Okay, very simple. So you don't need to write anything, nothing. Hold on, guys. It is taking time. Yeah. Yep. See, this is the project already created. See, many folders came, and you no need to create anything. Everything created by the MuleSoft. Okay, right. So now Hello World project is created, right? So I will explain you the Anypoint Studio. Okay, so this is the Project Explorer. So here all the list of projects will be displayed. Okay.
Hello.
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 We are seeing
Uh,
it.
Hello. Any questions?
అన్న స్క్రీన్ కనిపించట్లేదు, స్టక్ అయిపోయింది.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Can you guys see now?
లేదు సార్ చాలా సేపు నుంచి స్ట్రక్ అయిపోయింది.
Oh, guys, you
Change
should stop
modules
me
like
then.
seconds.
Yeah, no, fine.
Yep. Hope you can see now.
నో సార్. నో చేంజ్ సార్.
Okay, now I can see.
Still it is in local disk.
No? Can you guys
నో
see
సార్,
now?
స్టిల్ సేమ్ ప్రాబ్లం.
Acha. Okay. 1 second.
This conference will now be recorded.
You guys cannot see now?
యా ఐ కెన్ సీ రైట్ నౌ.
Okay.
యా ఓకే
Hope
సార్.
everybody can see now.
Yes, sir.
Acha. Cool. Okay. Thanks. Okay. So let's move on. So I was explaining about this Anypoint Studio. Okay. So hope. Okay. So I will continue 1 second. So here you go like you can identify the version in Anypoint Studio help. So here you can see the 7.8.0 version. That is for the MuleSoft 4.x version Studio. Okay, right. So here I will explain each and every part of this Anypoint Studio because you should be well aware of this Anypoint Studio. Okay, so that you can do the development well without any issues. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen still. Please confirm someone.
యా సార్. యా సార్.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah,
You can.
sure. Thank you. Right. So the left side, the first, I mean, panel is this is the projects explorer. So here we can see all the list of projects. Okay. So I created one project that is Hello World. So I will create one more project.
సార్ బట్ యువర్ వాయిస్ ఈస్
So
బ్రేకింగ్ లిటిల్ బిట్.
sorry. Yeah. Is it fine now? Hello.
You can go ahead, Pratap, please.
Yeah. Right. So I will create one more project here. Okay. So just like right click on the project explorer and just click on the new and mule project. Okay. So just give the project name that is demo. Okay. And you can see the mule server version called 4.3.0 and go to the finish. Okay. Please somebody go on mute. Some noise is coming. Okay, right. So now you see the two projects are listed in the projects explorer. So and if you open any projects, you can see the project structure, and you can see the mule server called the 4.3.0. Okay, and the good part is, guys, so we can start, I mean, run this application in the studio itself. So we do have the server supported, okay, here, so that whatever things you do in your local, even in the real-time project, you can verify all those things here. Okay, so that is so easy for us to identify any bugs and all. Okay, so here the hello world project as well. So like this, n number of projects will be displayed in the left side. This is the project explorer. Okay, and if you come to the right side, this is the mule palette. In the mule palette we can see all the connectors which are available and provided by the MuleSoft. Okay, something if you want to connect to some Salesforce, and maybe for a database, so what you can do, you just come here and search for the database, and you see database insert, you just drag and drop it. Okay, and you just configure the required things here. You don't need to write any single piece of code. Okay, just you need to configure so that my code, the demo project, will interact with the database. Okay, so this is the mule palette, and here we can see all the list of the components or connectors provided by the MuleSoft. Okay, and this is the palette, so where we can start our implementing flows and drag and drop the connectors, configuring it so that our logics will be done. Okay, so any questions, guys? And you see here, once you drag and drop the connector, even you can see that the how the connector looks like, how it is opened, what are all details it is expecting. Even if some details we are not provided and it is mandatory, then immediately it will show us the error. Okay, so about this is the about Anypoint Studio. Okay, so any questions, guys? Okay, let's move on. So now if you don't have any questions, we'll move on. So once, let's assume you created one real-time application here, and now you want to deploy that application into cloud so that that application can be accessed from anywhere and from anyone. Okay, now go to the Anypoint Studio. So this is the Anypoint Studio. So we can create a free trial. Okay, so that is with the 1 month period. Okay, so I will give you that link as well. I mentioned that link also here, the Anypoint platform, the free trial account creation. Okay, so once you create, so you have to provide some basic details. Okay, and once you provide that, so it will be, once you log in, so it will come like this. Okay, so basically this is the platform guys. So basically you should know the platform so that 30 to 40% you know about the MuleSoft if you know the platform. Okay, it is very easy because it is supported by the MuleSoft and it is a free trial 1 month, so that you can aware of all the I mean the necessary topics by seeing this. So when you enter into real-time project, and they will use enterprise one, that is licensed one. So I mean the whatever options available in the licensed and the enterprise one, same options and all available here, and we can go through it, and we can do some practicals. Okay, so we can come here and deploy application in the Anypoint runtime manager. This is the Anypoint platform. Okay, so any other questions, guys? Okay, any other questions, guys? This is the platform. Okay, and I explained you the studio and the platform and the topics covered. Okay, and yeah, that is more about from my side. So if you guys have any questions, then we'll discuss.
And here, can we use the Python, the connection
Sir, we can use the
databases?
Python. No, no. So we do have like so the scripting module. Okay, so scripting you can see here. Okay, if you drag and drop here scripting, and we see we do have here the Python engine. Okay, the engine. So Python engine we can select, and we have to do some required configurations so that the Python engine will be displayed here, and whatever logic you need we can write here. Okay, but
Okay.
that is not recommended mostly because whatever the functionality you want to achieve here, so you can achieve using the MuleSoft. Why we need to write the Python code? Maybe you are good in Python and you have written the Python code here and you achieved some functionality, but tomorrow I will come and join in your project, but I don't know the Python. That is a
Mhm.
problem for me. The recommendation is, so you achieve the functionality using the MuleSoft components, and if something is not achievable using the MuleSoft component, then go for this. So that is where we do have a Python support here, like a script support.
So what are the
Okay,
basic data connections here?
you mean to say for the any connector?
Yes, yes.
Right. So if you want to connect, I mean, any other system, so we do have a couple of configurations. So if you open this something, so let's assume I'm connected to database configuration. Okay, so this is, so I can connect this many number of database types. Oracle connection. So if you want to connect to Oracle, so what are the Oracle host and username, password, and port and instance. So if you provide that, that's it. You can connect to Oracle. These are the configurations you need to know for each and every connector. What you need to connect. That's it.
Okay.
Now your connection is ready. Okay, so what we do, we come here and just write the SQL query. That's it. You are done with the integration.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, very simple. But if you are writing any code in the Java and Python, you have to write the connection code and the handling the response and everything. You have to write the code. But here nothing.
Okay.
Everything is already written. Just you need to know and you need to configure the basic connection details. That's it. That's it.
Can
Now,
we
now
compare?
if you
Can we
know,
compare with R Studios with Mule Studio?
sorry,
Any comparison?
with which one, which idea?
R Studios.
Which studio? I mean, this is Anypoint Studio 7.x version. What other studio?
Oh, I'm talking about the R Programming Studio.
No, 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 no. So
Okay.
basically, this Anypoint Studio is built on the Eclipse only. So you see, the
Hmm.
structure is similar Eclipse only, but they modified a few things and they made to support like for the this drag and drop mechanism.
Okay. 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 Fine.
This is specific to MuleSoft projects, and you see here the
Okay.
project structure is specific to MuleSoft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. I got it.
Yep. So any other questions, guys? So very simple, guys. You don't need to write any single piece of code. It is very easy. Just you need to know the things like how to configure it. That's it.
Guys, please ask any questions regarding the yeah,
Yeah.
any doubts
If
about
you have any
MuleSoft.
doubts, yeah,
Hello, Pratap. This is
yeah,
Deepthi.
yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
actually, when we don't have any experience in Mule, what are the chances of getting job outside? Like, I have been experienced in Oracle Swan OSB
Okay.
till now. So, like, once we get trained in this, like,
Mhm.
what are the chances? Like, when we, even though if we don't have experience, can we manage?
Yeah, yeah, Dipti. So definitely, like nowadays, market is good, and the companies are expecting like the persons who know the MuleSoft, so that even some people they are cross training. I mean, they are taking some Java developers and they are cross training the MuleSoft. Okay, so now if you know the MuleSoft so well, so but you don't have any real time experience, still companies are taking and they are guiding. So no issues at all for that. If you have the MuleSoft knowledge, that is enough for them. Okay, and also like as I mentioned when I was explaining the topic, so I mentioned, right, so most of the people know the theoretically about the MuleSoft, but they don't know how real-time projects will looks like and how the best practices and all follow. So I will explain those things here so that now you will be like a real-time employee on the MuleSoft developer. I will
Okay,
make sure
thank
that I will cover that. Yeah. Yeah, any other questions, guys? Any general questions, like maybe few guys have like questions like so I need to know the Java before I go for the MuleSoft, so I need to know these things. People are telling that this, so blah blah questions. N number of questions are running on our mind.
So basically, I'm looking to the data connections. Like, For an example, if we take it in any Power BI or a Tableau applications, which are relevant to the data visualizations tools, but we have in a different kind of data types actually. That might be in a like a Excel, or that might be a JSON file, that might be in a Python link, or any SQL
Okay.
data connection. So do we have in the same kind of pattern here also, or any
The
different?
connection. So you mean to say the connection details?
Yes.
Okay. So we do have the property files and the YAML file support here. So that is where I mentioned even here somewhere, yeah, property and YAML file configurations. So what happens? So you did one project, and in that project you, did some SQL connections related the stuffs like username, password, and host and all. Later on you want to change it. So if you hard code those things, but you cannot change later on. And if you want to change that, you have to come to the code and change it and deploy that to production again. But we will not get the production window for that, right? So that is the reason. What you guys will do, maybe, so you guys will read that the connection details and from the Excel sheet or from the outside. But even the same support we do have here, so we can read the configurations and connection details from the YAML or property files, so that you can achieve the same functionality.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you do the change in the YAML and the property file configurations, you no need to touch the code. So still you can modify those details. I will explain that like how to configure that YAML file and property file. Everything, guys, how you in the real time project how it works. I will explain you in the real time project, or not theoretical at all. So any other questions? Yeah. Any